Dennis Chuck Holmes, building ready-to-move homes since 1975. As a new homeowner, we are sure that you are excited and just can't wait to see your house sitting on its foundation, ready to finish, and start making it a home. The following short presentation is designed to assist you in understanding what is involved in transporting your house to its site, what you should know to help make the move go as smoothly as possible. After your house is built, our highly experienced crew prepares it for transport. The first stage is the lift. Lifting the house usually begins at day's first light. Beams are carefully slid under the house. The tractor is lined up between the beams and gently lifts one end of the house. The crews then jack the other end in preparation for the wheels. When the proper height is reached, the wheels are then positioned. The jacks are removed and the house is ready for stage 2, the transportation. As you can see, the house is an amazing sight as it makes its journey down the highway. Dennis Chuck Holmes takes care of all the required permits and regulations for the move. We also make sure the trip is clear of any obstacles that may be encountered during the journey, some of which include power and phone lines or even signs. When your new house arrives at the site, there are a few things that you, as the new homeowner, should make sure are in place. Before your new house arrives at the site, you should make sure that the site is properly prepared. Placing a house on a basement will require adequate space for positioning. The site includes not only the basement that the house sits on, but also the surrounding property. The access street should be clear of vehicles in order to allow for easy movement of the house. Speaking with your neighbors prior to the arrival of your house can help considerably. The property surrounding the basement should be cleared of all debris. In winter months, snow can build up and must be removed from around the entire basement, including the top edge that your house will be set on. Don't be concerned with the snow built up in the basement itself, as this is actually good for the foundation, creating an insulation. Dirt piles from the basement digging process should also be removed. You will also want to check the bracing inside the basement. Bracing is used on wood-style basements and is placed specifically to hold the basement as the house is being positioned. If your basement bracing does not look like this, please contact Dennis Chuck Holmes. Knowing how the house is positioned and moved onto the basement will help you understand the actual space that is required. There are two ways that a house can be moved onto the basement. The first is the side roll. You want to make sure the area surrounding the basement is clear of all debris that may interfere with vehicle movement and the lifting of the house. It is a good idea to clearly mark any gas lines, power lines, or water shutoffs to prevent any damage during the clearing process, especially in winter. Keeping the ground near the house as level as possible will speed up the entire process. A tow vehicle will now be positioned on the far side of the basement. This requires a minimum of at least 20 feet at the back where the vehicle is placed. You will also need at least 10 feet on one side of the house, and the other side will require at least 30 feet to allow for the semi-tractor that is towing the house. Clearing the front to a fairly level surface will assist in positioning and lifting the house prior to sliding it into place. Remember, the space required will be the length of the house plus the semi-tractor that is towing it. The house is moved into place and lined up with the basement. Remember, this method requires enough space in front of and on the sides of the house. When the house and basement are aligned, beams are set under the house and the tow vehicle slides the house onto the foundation. The second way a house is positioned on the basement is the end roll. It's basically the same as the side roll. Keep at least 10 feet to the sides of the basement for positioning the tow vehicle and 20 feet behind for the tow vehicle itself. The difference with this method is that you must make sure there is enough room for the house and semi-tractor to position the house from the front. For this, you will need space that is equal to the length of your house plus the length of the tow vehicle, which is approximately 30 feet. Here are some main points that you should be concerned with. First, the width of your approach should be at least 30 feet. Make sure you clear away all dirt and snow piles. Mark all the gas, power, and water lines. Level the area around the basement. Ensure the basement bracing is adequate. And inform Dennis Chuck Homes if the basement is out of the ground more than 3 feet. You should also inquire to see which end your house will be loaded from. During the lifting, moving, and positioning of your house, it is very common for a few cracks to appear in the interior, usually around the windows and openings. Don't let this alarm you. It's a natural occurrence when something of this magnitude is moved from one location to another. Dennis Chuck Homes' experienced finishing crew will repair and touch up any blemishes that have occurred from the move. We hope this presentation gives you a better understanding of the process of moving your new home. If you have any questions, please contact Dennis Chuck Homes at area code 306-783-6228. Dennis Chuck Homes, offering you comfort, quality, and service since 1975.